Hello, my lovely spectators. Didi here. Welcome to my studio. And it is a hot mess. So let me tell you what is gonna happen. I already introduced that I'm gonna join the Twinche trend, and I've been thinking about a way of how to kind of do that without driving myself crazy. So I showed you guys that I had picked up a a photo album. So yeah, we're a little tight in here with the movability of the stuff, but this is pretty long. I think it's like 14. It's got this lovely paper, and it had all of those little plastic sleeves that where you would normally stick your photos, and I removed them all like I said I was gonna do. And I'm gonna have this be my Twinche book, right? So I'm gonna decorate the front, and that I'm gonna do later on in the video. But I'm gonna set up my idea. So the Twinches 2x2, I can actually fit 2, 4, 6, 8. And what I want to do is I want to take these Twinches, right, and I want to have them be stuck on here with any kind of, like, you know, adhesive. This is, I don't know what that is. I thought it would stick a little better, but anyway, adhesive. And so that adhesive would just be like a little bit, not a ton, right? So that I can actually use the Twinche. So this is like a Twinche trend, storage, cluster, whatever. So when I make a set of Twinches, they probably will be either identical or all, like, you know, cousins or half siblings or whatever the case is. So what I want to do is I want to put bases down. I want to make this interesting for myself in that I'm gonna have it kind of be like a little cutesy challenge, and it's gonna be over the summertime. So I'm setting it up for my Twinche summer. And what I want to do is I want to set up all the pages, and I'm not sure exactly how many pages there are here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So there's 30 pages, which means that sheets, that means that there's 60 sides. So I'm thinking that I'm going to put Twinche's bases here as well as Twinche bases here. I think we'll start with having the 30 on the front and leaving these not with anything. Not a copying out, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to find, or have found, a bunch of stuff to use as bases. So I'm going to cut apart. So I went to, you know, thrift stores and all the places. I got some old, they're not that old, but they are yellowing a little bit, index cards, right? So I'm going to cut and put a set of index cards here, and that'll be one kind of base. I went to Ollie's and I got this for $2. I'm going to take one of the sheets, something maybe like that or something like this, and I'm going to cut out 8 of them, right? This page is how much? 6 by 8. So I definitely can get the 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. And maybe I'll do that on 2 of the days. Maybe I'll do this and maybe I'll do another. I don't know. We'll see. So a page is going to have this as the background, right? I have some mirror. I'm going to challenge myself with mirror. I have a foam board. I'm going to make bases that are foam board. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fill the entire book with just bases. And again, I probably will number the pages 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, blah, 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 whatever. And then on a day that I'm going to do Twinches in the summertime, I'm going to even have like a box that I'm going to take apart. I have coffee dyed receipt paper that I'm going to cut into 2x2. Game cards. It's going to be interesting. So I'm going to be attaching them with this. Got this at the dollar store, at the Savers. Brand new, like this, for $3 and a refill. I was having like the only, like, oh my god, at the thrift store. Packaging. So I had already showed you these guys, right? That's where I started. And then I got some mulberry paper, and I said, you know what, let me share the process. Let's see if we can make it into something different, interesting. Not interesting, like I'm like talking bad about anybody out there that's doing their Twinches, just to draw my interest into it a little bit better, a little bit more. So I got tons of substrates, cardstock, game pieces, and etc. etc. My whole little book of masterboards, paper bags. I'm gonna be decks of cards. I'm gonna set this up, and then I'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll do something with the cover to kind of decorate it. So I just wanted to give you that little intro. I'm gonna stop the video. I'm gonna fill up the whole book with all my bases, show you what that looks like, and then we will have some fun decorating the cover. I'll be back in a second for you. Hello, my lovely spectators, Diddy here, and we are continuing on my Twinches journey, figuring out how I'm going to get into this trend in an effective way that I think I can handle, bring some content to you guys, make it fun. And so in the earlier part of the video, I talked about setting up my Twinche book, and so I have done that, but I have not done the cover. So we're going to do a little playtime on the cover. So here is the book. Basically, it is an old one of those old photo albums that has those pockets. I removed the pockets, right, like you saw. I did do my little insert, so all I did was stick my logo on a piece of a Twinche and some different things, labeling and layering up some fabric and some mulberry paper, some coffee dyed receipt paper that has been stenciled, and this was the original backing. So it had this little window. I was going to put it on top, but it fit perfectly into the pocket. So now let me show you what I have before we do the cover. So like I said, I was going to set this up. Every single page has Twinches on it. So there's nothing here. I want to put a calendar here that has the months from July until August. I want to have the dates. I want to have the page that was done and probably my theme or something. So I don't know if I want to add that element, but here we go. Here's our page one. So all I've done is cut up the same base. So this is a wood grain looking piece of paper. Temporarily put them here so that I could pop them off, decorate them, and pop them back. My intention is to decorate them more or less the same, very similarly. And then, you know, long story short is that this is not to be like, oh, my Twinche book forever. It's a resource as well to pull a cluster and add it to anything. So each of the pages, front and back, have the same base. Now, this does not appear to be the same base. This is from that scrapbooking paper, and I had to cut 8 squares to fill a page, and cutting them up. These guys are like the alternate side that wasn't used as a focus, so they became a group of their own. So this is like the only one that has like random, so that's how they're related to each other. So okay, and there's another set because, you know, we had about 3 extras, so there should be like 3 rando sets. So I try to change them up so that they would be interesting, because like they say, they are double-sided. So the other side, like this is gonna have its own full-on page, right, like these guys. So then I just put this back. I can't even see the whole entire thing. I'm so sorry. I gotta figure this out. Before I moved everything around, and now my whole looking, I can't even fill up the whole thing. Whatever. I'm randomly, this is from Clue Cards, right? I didn't round them. I figure I'll round them when I get to that point. This is the same picture, and I didn't pay attention, and I left the word here, so I might just leave it there. I wasn't going to try to cut up another card. This is another one of those random. This is a masterboard. So basically, oh, excuse me, can I help you? You're like on top of me, so like back up. Amazon packaging. This is all one wavy thing, and like you said, no, it's Twinches. This is the back of it with the
Yeah, but it's like a collection.
Well, I was saying that you randomly popping up in here and I know what's going on. So I'm gonna make them all, like I said, these one with the gold. Whenever I get day 13, right? It's not gonna be day 13 in the order of the summer. It's gonna be page 13 on whatever day is random, so that it'll just be like kind of like off the cuff, you know. They'll probably all be the same. And then this is a bingo card. So like I really changed up the bases. Here's that burlap paper, some vellum, So some of them have I have some fabric to make some fabric-y ones. So everything's pretty much been cut down to a 2x2, as close as possible. This had a little piece that was missing. I didn't go searching for another one. So these are all my bases. So fun challenge. This is cardboard, so it's really thick. And this is cardstock that's solid, so they became a set. Yeah, just things that I had these little tabs that I had made with these holes. I just cut them down to 2x2ish. And yeah, so we've got just regular file folders, index cards, right? So these guys over here completely mixed up because they're the extras. And so we have 60 different ones. I'm just going to cover that hole, right? And that'll easily come off. And then I'll pull them out. I'll find out, pull them out. And so I'm going to start this July 1st. See, the orange is keeper. And then I'm going to go through and make 60 sets of 80 Twinches over the summer. Ooh, and then this is the back page. So there's nothing here. So anyway, so now that's what I'm doing. So it's getting set up now. I'm gonna make the cover right now with you guys. And so I didn't have any leftovers really that had a substantial amount of, and I wanted it to just be a little bit, you know, cutesy on the cover. So I took a cardstock 12x12 of red, which is my other favorite color. So green is my logo, green is my favorite color, red is my also favorite color. Now it's not about the Christmas, it's just, I don't know, I love those colors. So I have these, and I don't know if I don't remember if in the first one I had shown this weekend I really did hit the mother load when I went to Savers, and this is part of like a bundle of stuff which was like $3. So I cracked this bad boy open. It was brand new, and I pulled out the letters to create the title for the cover. So this is what I have going on. I have my take on Twinches is what I'm thinking of doing. So all I want to do first is kind of just create like a backdrop, like this kind of, you know, staggered, whatever you call it, backdrop of Twinches that are red, right? Nothing special per se, like that. And then down here as well, create another set of overlapping so that I could put my words on there, if that makes sense. So we're gonna glue this down, and I know that I need some up here, so I'm just gonna take art glitter glue and we're going to glue them down. Now I was thinking of decorating them. Where is it? I have some of this homage to my grid, that there's a grid inside here, also the mathy of it all, which I don't know, like I wanted to do it, but I don't want it to do it like so specific. But then these letters on top, they don't pop, and I need to colorize a little bit of these letters as well. I think I'm just gonna ink them and leave these side raw. I'm not sure yet. So you know what, let's just cut some of this and see what happens. So if I cut this like this and I cut it like here, right, I'll have a corner. I can add that just somewhere, and then I can just overlap them, right? So if I have that there, because I have a ton of these red squares, so it's not even worried about that. The other thing that I had purchased, I don't know, I was looking at the word gotten. I feel weird when I say the word gotten. The other thing that I had purchased for my Twinche adventure is this, guys. I don't know if any of you guys remember the Martha Stewart All Around the Punches, but this brand, Bira Bira, has a 2x2. So this is going to allow you to get a 2x2 out of anything. Right now, because this book is sort of for the summer, I was just like, yeah, whatever. I just got whatever. But this is cool because if you wanted to just take a piece out of a magazine and etc. I'm trying to find something to punch so you guys can see. Oh, okay. Let's see, what is this? No. I'm just looking for anything. I could punch. Okay. So say for example, this is a piece of paper, right? And whatever it is that you want is here. You can cut into like the whole thing, whatever, but you can just place this on the, let me get this out of here, right? Place this over here. Again, not sponsored, but it was like, there has to be a 2, because I couldn't find a 2-inch square like manual punch, because I thought I would be able to use that, and I was finding everything other than a 2-inch. So you place this down, and then this one here matches up, right? So you see the shape, you match that up to where you want, so you're able to kind of move it together, find that spot on the paper of the thing that you want to punch the square out of, right? Set it. Now this little handle divot here, you match it up, and you got yourself your Twinchy out of the paper, and you still have the full paper intact. I mean, later on, you could even maybe cut around this fun and you can make that into a frame. You know me, I'm always thinking. So I will link this. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I am an Amazon associate. I did find this on Amazon. I'll put it in a link down below. You know, if you did think you might want to get it, it might be nice to kind of show girl some love. Like we get a small commission. I don't even know, because I haven't pulled the link yet, if I will get a commission, because it's not really necessarily a commission on every single thing that we can get. We can pull a link under our account as an associate and drop it in there. So yeah, we got a 2x2. This is cut by a standard. I did the 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches, and then turned the paper. So 2x2. Anyway, back to this. Yeah, I don't know. I think I kind of like the graph paper, but maybe not for every single thing. And also, I think I need the square on them. So I'm just gonna go down one of the lines here to create that square, and then we're going to cut some more rigids, whatever. That's not rigid. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. You know, shape. Okay, and then I'm gonna cut another one here. I don't know if I want to put it on every single one because it's, you know, there. And let's cut one more because we don't know how to act. We're just gonna keep going. And cut another one. And yeah, so the graph paper is, you know, a go-to. I got it from Temu. It comes as a roll. It's a pretty fair amount. This guy's kind of heavy in the center. I've left it on the roll. Sometimes I get this stuff and get it off the roll. But yeah, I left it on the roll because, you know, keep it nice. Alright, let's cut another piece and then put this whole bad boy away. And when it comes like with this little string around. It's so cutesy. And I just slipped it off, cut what I need, and now I'm just slipping it back on, and I'll put it on my shelf where my big old washies are. Okay, so here we go. We're going to just cut like that. Cut like this. I don't know. We're gonna cut it like that. All right, and then we're going to, as long as I have a corner, I'm gonna be good. So I have a corner there. We have corner. We got corner. We got corners over here, right? Corner. So I'm gonna go down the middle here to create that. We'll use. We'll put it on all of them. Why not? Yeah. So this is gonna be like a really narrow one, but that's all right. Variety is the spice of life. Okay, I did cut this one, but let's actually just put some on here. Yeah, so just as an accent. So, I mean, repetition, and especially since my Twinches are all going to be pretty much the same, you know. I mean, if I'm putting a floral or something on it, of course they won't be able to be exactly the same unless I have 8 of the same flower, which is possible, but you never know. So, suggestions. What I want to do is I want to set up a random number generator from numbers 1 to 60 because there's 60 pages here. I want to see if there's one online that I can use where when a number's already been called, it doesn't leave the number in the list. I know I'm struggling with this. It doesn't leave the number in the list. It'll take it out. So I don't have to worry about number 60 being there if it gets called. If you understand what I'm saying, right? But then it's like, do I also want to think about like there being a theme or something? I could also have you guys play along and be like, all right, throw me a theme, for the next one, which I could, it's not cheating per se because I'm making this up as I go along, but it could be where I know the theme, but I don't know what the base is going to look like because the base is going to be random, or I don't know, or just look at the base and just do whatever. I don't know. But this is, again, I'm just, coming up with ideas of things. Like I say all the time, I love a good challenge. I like a good collaboration, but sometimes, just want to do things the way that just to do things, but then I also like some structure and some organization. So I don't know if that's the mathy in me or whatever, but it is what it is. So I'm going to put all this graph paper down. Okay. I think I'm going to cut it out when I'm editing or speed it up because this is taking a minute. I'm trying to, there's no way. I keep trying to make my videos be less than an hour, and I just am not. I'm a long format kind of gal. Sorry, guys. I don't know if I've earned that credibility yet, but I try to make short ones sometimes. But we shall see as the world and time progresses whether I can just, figure out a better plan. So let's pull some more of these. I can also put pop dots. See, how can I fast forward if I keep yapping? I could put some pop dots on some of these to make them raised and whatnot. But yeah. So I think I'm just gonna take the walnut stain and smush it onto the letters. I was thinking of using coffee to actually spray it, but being that it's wood, I wasn't sure how long that would take. And then I've been having this whole battle, like, when do things get moldy? Like, I'm so afraid to use water with everything, and like the coffee dye paper, if it doesn't dry fast enough, is it moldy? Is it this? Is it that? Is it the grounds? Is it, oh my god, it's such a stressful thing, because we want things to be safe and clean, even though they look grungy. So yeah, so let's just get the rest of these guys done. Okay, so we have our Twitchy papers ready. So what I was thinking to put on my cover was my take, T-A-K, my take, right? And then I wanted to put the word on, like kind of like a little hanging over. So my take on, take on me. Anyway, Twinches, Twinches. Now the only problem is that Twinches doesn't necessarily fit perfectly. So I will have to do some of these whatever you call it, like that, right? So I don't know if I want to hang over this because this will fold, so I don't want it to like have a situation there. So this is what I was thinking. So in the back, I kind of want to have, you know, some of this graph paper situation going on, right? So it looks too the samey, like this, right? And then something like that. So I put, you know, 6 of them, 2, 4, 6 down here, and then up here I do the same thing. I have my, and then I have like take, right? And then I have the word on, like that. So I will have some extra. So it's putting the red things down first and then putting the words on top of it. So let's just get this down and we're just going to have it work out the way it's going to work out. So I'm going to just grab some white. So I really can't pop dot this. You know why? Because the letters might go over 2 different levels. So that's not something that I want to happen. So I am going to put this first one kind of straight. I know, boring. And then we're going to just rotate and put the other pieces on in any kind of way. Ah, mama. No, no, no. Anyway, I can wipe that down. Yes. So, any of you guys, you have a Twinchy book, a Twinchy album? Like we do all these crafts and stuff like that. Are we saving everything? I know that Candy, hi Candy, Candy's Crafty Creation, she made a Twinchy book. I believe Deb from the Creative Book Shack also has a Twinchy album. I'm not sure. I know Cindy from Scrapbook is joining the shenanigans of Twinchies because she put out that Twinchy with a twist, which I am like so gonna try to do that that twisted Twinchy that she did. I want to try to do that. It was so cute. It was cool. It was a nice idea. I love some interactivity. I think we all kind of like interactivity where we can. So, you know, so I don't know. Like I was trying to like math it out because how does she know how tall to make it so that it was not so that it would function properly, basically, so that it would function properly. So do I want to keep it completely covered in terms of, or do I want to have this little open gap thing going on? I mean, it doesn't bother me. I can do that. Okay. So we're going to do that. Okay. I'm just going to be like, where does the graph paper? I kind of want to add gold somehow here. Like I want to gold splatter it or something like that, but yeah, I don't know, that might be a little extra. Also I was thinking of putting the year, but I'm not using this as a keepsake in the way that one would think you would keep it forever. I want to keep it, and after I finish the whole book in August, then September, free reign, I can use them into any kind of journal or something that I want to do. So let me see. So what I was thinking, since we're here right now, is here's my tea. If I just hit the walnut stain and I just like kind of, you know, just get it a little grungy, right? Just by doing this. If that's enough, and then I could just put it there. I don't know. I'm not mad at it. I like the way that it goes with the graph paper. So yeah, I might just do that. So let's actually do the letters, right? So they do have like a slight bevel. So I'm putting the bevel up. I don't know where these came from. I think they were probably part of some other kind of set. So this me using the cap is so that I don't have to hold it. I can press and turn this guy up so I can get all the edges and not. I don't mind a good dirty finger, but you know what I'm saying. Twinches. So I look for the bevel side, ink this up, and I'm just gonna. If it turns over, then I gotta handle it. But yeah, just gonna push it in to get the ink on the surface, right? So it's just my little whatever. Saying like I'm just gonna try to make it as easy and as not so dirty as it may have to be. So that's it. And it is gonna chew at the thing. It was already chewed up, so I'm pretty good and okay with that. It's actually not chewing it up that bad. Okay, Twinches. Okay, again, listen, I know I showed this to you before, right? In another video. Hello. But again, I'm leaving it on the table, and I am, what do you call it? Yeah, I've been wanting to try to make these guys. This is just off the cuff because this guy broke. So I was like, I gotta find something because I don't have a little head anymore. And so I just had that dangle someplace and I kind of attached it. But I was like, oh, you know, I'm also focusing. Well, today, this is May, right? So I said May is for me, which is why this is just some random idea. But it's setting up my channel for the future. And so, yeah, so I'm just, you know, hopefully I have not been out of frame that entire time. Again, pushing to get the ink. I'm not worried about getting it down on the edges. I'm having like a reverse kind of distressing. Instead of this being light color and the distress being super black, I'm allowing the little bit of the cream color of the wood to stay natural and provide for that kind of like shadowy situation. Okay, so there we go. Need a little bit more ink. I'm just gonna turn it and push it and get it all over the top of it. All right, so this is that. So now we can actually figure out how we're going to place this. Right, I want things to be not all in the same twist, right? So I think that looks kind of cute. I don't want to push my laptop. I pushed my laptop off the table last night. It was horrific. Since it's wood on paper, do you guys think I should use the fabric tack? Because it's wood. You know, I have the wood glue. So let's do the Gorilla Wood glue. Why not? Okay, so now we're going to start and just put some glue on the T. I'm going to put that bad boy right there. Press them down, and then we're going to stick in the W. So this is obviously not going to be something that you can just, you know, shove on your shelf in between books because it has a definite top and a bottom. So now S's, I think that's the correct way. Because S's, sometimes S's do have a right and a wrong way. So let's stick the S here, and we're going to work on this way a little bit. Okay. Tucking them into each other does help. So now I have 3 down, and let's see how we want to finish off these guys. Right? So, here's what I'm saying. Could I do that? I feel like maybe this needs to kind of go a little bit like this, maybe. I'm looking at the screen. I don't like that. How about that? No. I think I'm going to have to go kind of close. Yeah, we're just going to do that. At first I was like twinchy. I couldn't even think. I was like twin. What is that? Twin. But it's two without the O inches. So then I was like, oh, okay. I see there what's going on. And then the end is gonna go right up in there. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. So now I'm gonna work back upside down. No, actually, it doesn't have to be that upside down. Let's take our word here. Let's take our thing here. Let's put our, how do I want to do this? I wanted to kind of have it something like that with the word on. I guess I could use, no, I want something that's gonna adhere quicker. So, yeah. Let's see here. Let's back to art glitter glue. Let's go ahead and stick this here. This. I don't know, people. I'm making it up as I go. I gotta get better with the silences. I feel like I need to be talking at y'all all the time, or else you will say bye-bye. Okay, so now that's there. Let's do the word that goes on top of that, which is the word on. Do the same thing, check for the bevels, yes, in this particular case, and we're just gonna push it up on the sides to minimize our dirtiness, or getting the dirty on our fingers, which, you know, okay, on, again, looking just like that. Okay, yeah, this is working. We're working. Okay, yes, all right, now we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna put the word on, I think, like that. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. That works for me. So we're gonna do this. Okay. I'm gonna put the L. Get out the way. And then the N. Okay. The small word on. So now the rest is to do my take. So let me look at this again. Okay, so that's gonna be my take. Take. Okay, so I might be able to just put like that, and then kind of like connect that many. We have an extra, which is fine. We can put some on the inside, or we can just put it in our stash, which is what I think I'm doing right now. So these are done. So I think I'm going to do that kind of situation here. So again, we're going to take, nope, wrong glue. Because I want it to stay put right away. Okay. So we're going to do my take on Twinches. Yes, I was thinking of putting a year, but no. Now, I know that I said that I'm putting a calendar, but you know what? Every year I can redo the calendar and just put it on top. So I'm not too worried about that. Because I want to use the things, right? Or it may be the ones that I make now until they're completely gone, and then I get to reuse the album. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Okay. On me, take. I don't know why I got that song in my head so badly. Okay, let's do that. And then this one will be the connector, but without connecting to this. So, oh my goodness. Life is life in me, bro. No, this way. Sort of, yeah, I guess so. I don't want this to be connected at all. Okay, there we go. Perfect. I'm liking this. It's really cute. I think it would look nice on a desk standing up, you know, or propped on a shelf. You know, one of those picture rail shelves that they sell in IKEA. I think they call it a something shelf. All right. So now let's color up our words, our letters again. So we've got the ink. I could have used another ink, but because this is in itself not really black, it's like a dark brown color. I said just stick with the walnut stain, because you know, I'm trying to make it too crazy, right? So looking at the tones of the colors of everything, right? So there we go. This is a nice A. Okay. Okay. I think he needs a little more color comparatively. Okay, we'll do the last two letters. So, I will say that my videos of 100 Day Project videos, the May is for me, the videos are not coming out like crack of dawn, like 12 a.m. because I am just taking it chill in May, right? So that's what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. Alright, so that's done. We're gonna go right ahead and let's do our my take. So since this is not one word, it's two words, we need to make sure. So we're gonna put my over here. Right, cutesy. And then with the E, I'm gonna work backwards and then just let whatever space happens. Okay. And then we gotta smush it down a little bit. Okay. I'm trying to see how I like how they look. I don't want them to be straight, but it needs to still look good when we're putting it next to each other. So it's not technically not straight. We got this one here. All right, I think that's good. So we've got my take on Twinches. Perfect. I still wish I had some gold. Nice. I think the gold would have been a nice little something, but I really don't like, just to like gild maybe the edges. I don't know. I don't have anything on the spine, and I'm not doing anything in the back. So here's our album. Okay, and then again, I'm gonna put the calendar here, and then I have all my bases. So in July 1st, you'll see this guy visit the channel again. I will have my name generating thing, whatever, randomizer on my screen so that I could actually flip it up so you can see it. We can get a number and then open to that page, pull them off, do the work, and then put them back. So this is like nicely, you know, nice, whatever, it's gonna gatify for sure. It's not to make all the Twinchies like super 3D or anything like that, but just a matter of adding two or three more images or layers. Plus, I was looking up Twinchies. They're not like technically clusters, they're little pieces of art. So if I decided that I wanted to maybe draw something, I can make something simple. These could be the 15-minute videos. Like for this one, like you can actually just like do something on the edge, put a little floral and whatever, and maybe a word, and be done. That's what I was saying. Do we want to make it a little more by adding in a layer of here's a theme, or just be like, you know what, you're on your own to kind of figure out what you're going to do. Just when you get the number, you got whatever you got. So I hope you've enjoyed my thought process. I hope you think that this is a cool idea. If you want to play along, you're more than welcome to be playing along. Let's figure out a hashtag if we want to in July. So my summer of Twinches, or Twinchies, something, I don't know. Too much brain power right now. So I'm set up for the next part of the summer part of my channel, and I hope you, like I said, join along to watch. I don't want them to be hour-long videos. This is why all the setup is done. Like I said, I want us to say hello, pick a number, go to page 29, pull off all of the bases, make something beautiful, glue them all back, and we're done. So yeah. So anyway, if you're new, please subscribe. You know what's coming in July. If you've been here all along, please, thank you for coming back. I do appreciate it. As you know, Maze for Me is also about trying to get to that 500 subscriber. Just because it is a milestone, it would be really cool. And I have a goal date if it happens. And then I've got Happy Mail. I've got tons of Happy Mail. I'm making the Happy Mail too much. But I find things and I'm like, oh, I want to share. Oh, I want to give. So we're going to see. Because if they're turning into boxes, and if they wind up being like super expensive to mail, I may have to rethink it. So I don't know if I'm going to be sharing any more of what I'm putting into the boxes. You've seen a lot of the ephemera. You've seen several of my hauls, so you know that there are things out there, but not every haul, like my Michael's haul and stuff like that, and even some of the other hauls, like the papers, pulling them out, and things you have never seen on my channel that I just had in my stash that I purchased, like tissue paper, napkins, and things of that nature. So, oh my God, why am I doing this? I'm gonna let you go. I could just ramble on forever. Again, until next time, bye bye. Ciao, ciao, bye bye.